Hello, Bobby Shields here, Dope on Knives. I'm in an elk blind that a buddy of mine built in Colorado. And he's in another one on down the ridge, or about 500 yards. So he built these. And I'm here with my private land cow tags hunting. So anyway, just thought I'd put this out there and put it in and see if I can maybe edit some of this, make sense out of whatever I'm going to do with this video. But anyway, I thought I might give you an update on it. I've been close a couple of times on elk already, but it close only counts horseshoes and hand grenades. So anyway, but I have got a view that like no other. And I don't have a tripod in here, so I'm holding this above my hand. But then let me show you some of the scenery. Then I'll talk knives a little bit. Okay, let me turn this over, go around through right there, and zoom this in a little bit. Okay, that is called Long Mountain over there. Way back off in the distance over there is back towards Steamboat Springs, back through there, about right in there, I believe. And that off in the distance right there is Wyoming, and it is gorgeous. Yes. So anyway, and here's the view out another window here. That is Welba. And that one over there, I believe, is called Bucks Point. But anyway, you can see all the aspens has lost their leaves and everything. Alright. And there's a few animals stirring, but not too often many this morning. So, anyway. So let me get, excuse me, let me zoom this, going the wrong way. There we go. Let me get back to this. Our field testing. This knife right here, I got a sun's and shining on me, but anyway, carrying the knife and using it. I've used it to cut a few things with it already, and it's doing fine. It's still razor sharp, but I have found that this end of this thing, right on the end of it, needs to be round instead of a pointed. I was going to leave it for like a glass breaker, but I'm a fat boy, and I put it on the side, and this digs into my fat. So anyway, like I said, we're going to learn something together. If it happens to me and it keeps it from happening to you, well, we've all learned something. Anyway, I just thought I'd check in and give you a little bit of an update on what I found carrying the knife. Carries good other than the end of it. So anyway, maybe next time I'll turn this on, I'll have something on the ground that we can use this on. I can give it a proper field test. Alright, like I said, I'll try to edit and make sense out of this video later on. I said, I know I don't want to edit, but I'm going to try it this time. So anyway, till next time, God bless. Okay, here I am. I'm in the woods on mountain elk hunting. I managed to take a Wyoming cow here the other day, so we have meat in the freezer, and I'll show the knife later, but that I used. But right now, I'm up in a mountain on Colorado hunting, and I just found something that not everybody finds.
So I know it's not shed. I wish it was. I'd use it for knife handles. But anyway, right here, I'm going to turn the camera around and look at it and see if it'll show up good. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to try to edit this and make some sort of sense out of it. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. But whatever. I'm going to try it. Okay. What? This is snow on the ground. We've had no fresh snow lately. There's absolutely no fresh elk tracks anywhere around. And I'm in the dark timbers. What them boys refer to as the Stacy Flats. There's old elk sign here, but this is what they come for. Right here. This is an elk walla. This is the first one I've ever come across, and I've been hunting elk for 12 years now. This is the first one I've ever come across in the woods. I've seen them where they play around in the farm ponds, but never one in the woods. And it is tore all to pieces around up here. Like I said, it's nothing fresh, but that's what that is. That sure is an elk walla. I've seen enough of them on other various TV shows and everything to know what they are. It's about, I'm going to say about 30, 31 degrees up here. And if you walk much with the amount of clothes I got on, you'll sweat. So anyway, I thought this was interesting and cool, so I thought I'd just throw it in there as a bonus to find an elk walla. Maybe I'll make it part of my knife making videos, or maybe I'll start a vlog, I don't know. But anyway, there it is. Alright, I'm gonna go get back to hunting. Hey, I'm back. I'm having a under the weather kind of day today. I just headache stopped up and everything in my chest. So anyway, I figured since I wasn't out doing anything, I would kind of update everything a little bit, especially about my knife. Okay. Remember, I brought this knife and I made to try it out. It's a little small knife. Well, it worked real good, except for one thing. Elk have teeth. That's ivory, the same stuff that elephant tusks are, just a big tooth. But anyway, they call them whistlers, buglers, or whatever you want to call them, but they have two teeth on top and front there on each side. Be like yours and my eye teeth. And they use these to scrape aspen bark off of the trees. It's got something in it they need or want or love or whatever. But anyway, so this is, when you kill a cow, this is considered, I guess, your trophy. Everybody wants to take the ivories out. They make jewelry out of them and everything else. But I don't. I just keep them just for the heck of it there. I don't know if you can see it. I don't have my tripod, and so I just sit on a dresser here in my room here at Elk Camp. Anyway, like that. Anyway, you take them out. They're right in here, and you have to dig them out with a knife. Well, I used this knife right here. It done super. Everything worked on it except for the tip. I broke the tip off. I made the tip too hard. The knife is still salvageable. I'll just take it when I get back home, and I'll just easily grind the top down to the point right there and make a little more drop pine on it. You never fool with this. With your geometry on your blade, on your edge, take it down from the top, and that'll work. But other than that, I've used it to peel potatoes and onions, and cut up onions, and first one thing, it's whatever I've needed, I've used it for. And it's functioned pretty good. Like I said, the handle's a little bit small for me, but if you got smaller hands, it'd be great. So anyway, but using it cutting like this, right here to go and cut up elk or whatever. It's fine. I've not sharpened the knife or anything, and it's still shavy. It's still. I cut up my Wyoming cow elk, and with it. So yeah. See, I've not sharpened it or anything. I've just had it in the sheath that I made for it. So anyway, get rid of that. The only thing I don't like about these Kydex sheaths, or particularly on this knife anyway, is they scratch. They scratch at my chemical etch off of them. Now the knife's is not rusted or anything. I mean, I've cut up elk, I've washed it, I've cut up potatoes and onions. Onions is usually the world's worst on a knife, but it's washed it afterwards. It's got a little gunk on it right there, a little fat from the elk, but that I didn't get off when I cut it up. But other than that, it worked flawless. And my own stupidity digging the tooth out broke the tooth and broke it. They claim that's the number one thing that happens to knives out here in Colorado, is the tip breaking off from doing stupid stuff and cutting the teeth out. I know how to do it better than what I did, but I done it the quick way, and the quick way broke my knife. So anyway, there's the update on that, and I'll bring you some more updates as time goes on. Still got a little while yet of elk season here, so I'll probably be in Colorado for the rest of this month, and probably a little bit into the first of next month. So we're going to go try to get some cat hunting in if we can, and we'll see what happens then. But other than that, see, it's still right in the sheath. It won't come out, and somewhere or another it scratches it back here on this back. I'll figure out a little better way of doing it next time. Maybe 2 or 3 different or a couple more wraps of tape on the blade when I make the sheath. But anyway, the juking on the back. It's pretty aggressive on that. Works fantastic, and it's not that hard to do. I didn't lay the pattern out exactly symmetrical or anything, but like I said, this was an experimental knife doing, everything, and I did not cryo it, and so I only run it through 1 temper session. So maybe I'll need to go back to doing 2, since I was in a hurry, rushed for this. But other than that, knife's fine, other than me just doing a stupid right there, breaking the tip off. But anyway, that's the update for right now. So I'll come back and try to edit this and try to make some sort of sense out of all of this. Like I said, right down today, I'm under the weather, hadn't shaved, hadn't done anything. So anyway, it's been cold, it's been hot, it's been cold, it's been snowing, it's been raining, it's been sleeting. It's done everything it can be done. When I first got out here, it was suntan weather. It was in the 70s, and then it's got down in the single digits, and highs in the 20s and 30s, which is great for elk movement, but not so much the temperature variance, and then the elevation change messes with the old sinuses and everything. So anyway, like I said, I'll get back to you and check it out and let you check out what else I do with the knife. I may not show this particular knife again, I don't know, but anyway, we'll see. Alright, I'm out for now. Okay, I'm back here at elk camp again today. Today I felt a little better. Last night I shot a deer, like I said, 525 yards. Anyway, I sold a knife to a boy last year, and he dulled it. He butchered it, trying to sharpen it, and couldn't sharpen it. I had it back to razor in less than 5 minutes. Okay, now what he was doing is what you should never, ever, ever, ever do to a knife. Okay, this is what he's done. I don't know if we ain't got electricity on right now, no generator. So anyway, this is supposed to be blackened with the chemical etch all the way down on both sides. And he has scratched it all to pieces. Looks like he's been trying to do something with a file. That's wrong. The sides, this side right here, I got blood on my fingernails. Anyway, this side right here, the angle's already set on. The angle's set. Well, all you're sharpening is this very edge right here. These have all the sharpening they ever need. That's one of my pet peeves. Don't sharpen the sides of it, because the sides don't cut. It's the edges that cut. Right here. This is what part needs to be sharpened, not up here. You'll never cut anything sharpening up here. Right here's where you want it. And so quit, this knothead, well, it didn't come with a lifetime guarantee on sharpening. But anyway, so I'm going to sharpen it back up for him, and I'm going to tell him right real quick, fast and hurry. I told him last year. And I'm going to have to tell him again. The sides are as sharp as they're supposed to be right now. The edge right here is what you sharpen. Now, I mean, it's dull as a fro. Do that with mine, it'll cut you and you'll be bleeding. Anyway, just thought I'd show you some things to do and not to do. This is one of my little gut hook versions there that I done the vining on. And everything's got African cherry handles, lanyard hole, 3/8, 3 rivets, 3 brass rivets, everything. So it's a little thicker and everything. So, but anyway, I even done it on the underneath side there and flattened it out, filled it up with epoxy there. Anyway, I don't know why I done it. I was just trying this. But anyway, other than that, the knife's holding up great. It ain't rusted or nothing. Except for they're not idiot proof, okay? The point breaking on the other one and this is proof of that. They're not idiot proof. So, anyway, that's one of my peeves. See how it's balanced right there? Whoop. Had it balanced there. Or I thought it did. Yeah, it's a little handle heavy, but that's okay. A little bit. But it fits real good. So let's get this thing sharp, fellow boy, and maybe you can go butcher an elk or something this evening. Alright, anyway, I'm out. Oh, I'm back. Bobby Shields here at Dogbone Knives. Just got back. I've been back about a week from my Colorado outing and everything, where I took a prototype knife and worked on it and used it. Well, would I do it? Okay, it's right here. All right, a little later on in this, I'm gonna put this probably first, and then put the other stuff on there later on. And everything. This little knife right here, I made before I left. I mean, this was a hurry up knife. I had the blanks, so I wanted to try it out. Okay, it worked real good. Great paring knife, peeler, potato slicer, onion chopper, whatever. I used it for everything. I didn't pick my teeth with it. I didn't use it for a toothpick. But I did do a couple of cardinal sins with it. I stuck the knife point into the jawbone of an elk to remove its ivories, teeth. And it's got one on each side of your eye teeth there. This I'll explain later on. Anyway, point being is I broke the point on it. Broke the point off of it. Okay, I've come back and I've reground it, and I don't know, maybe you can see, hopefully the juking and stuff will show on it. It's pretty aggressive. It works real good. I used it for slicing and dicing of elk too. So anyway, it worked on its fair share. Okay, there was 6 of us, and we harvested 8 animals, or 10 animals actually. But anyway, we left with just a couple of tags that we could have got more with. But anyway, we didn't. So thank goodness. Still be working to death. But anyway, it's good eating. So when I brought it back, I done it and ground it down, ground this tip. You never, if you break a tip off one, little point when you're doing this. So I don't know, this camera, I don't know if I can get in focus with it, get in frame with it, and you see me talk or whatever. But anyway, with this, when you break a tip off of a knife, no matter whether it's the knife's fault, your fault, nobody's fault, it just happens, and you want to repair it. You like the knife, you don't want to throw it away, you can't afford to throw it away for a custom made knife. Anyway, what you do is you never mess with the blade geometry. I better watch that, that's sharp. Anyway, you always take it down from the top. You can do a drop point like this, or you can half moon it and make a clip point out of it, like make a small clip point like mine. This is a clip point right here. You can put take a small grinding wheel and just dip it down and smooth it into a point. What you want is a point that's going to cut and everything. This one's just a hair dull. It's worked on its share, more than its share of elk too. So anyway, with this one, as everybody knows, this is my knife that I made. This is, it's 1095 steel and an elk antler. We got off one that was dead on the side of the road, young spike. Anyway, so I didn't find any sheds this year, so my handles is going to have to start being horn or wood. I prefer to use antlers where I can. Bone, since the name dog bone, because I like the way it feels. It's tactile, it sticks to your hand, even when it gets ooey and gooey, So anyway, but back to this. This knife worked like it was supposed to. A little small. The end of it, I was going to leave sharp for a glass breaker. Kind of a point on this end, and fat boys don't go together. It hurt. Anyway, so I ground this off too. Shaped it up there a little bit. I've still left the back of it and the bottom handle, bottom part of it, acid etch free. And when I come back and reground it, I put it back in the ferric chloride. And I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, but it made the Hamons stand out pretty good on both sides. It's still scratched from the case. I've got a Kydex case that I made, sheath. So, and it scratched it. Evidently I didn't use enough painter's tape on the blade when I folded it up. But anyway, and the reason this is twofold, in case there's any acid residue that's down in these handles or whatever. I don't want it to, maybe burn your hand or eat your gloves up or whatever like that. And if you've got a piece of char cloth and a rock, you can have a fire in just a little bit with this. Leave this like that right there and hit it. I've demonstrated that earlier about that, how to do that with a broken knife that I made. It was high carbon, tried it, everything like that. I've learned a lot since I broke the knife. Yes, I have. That's why I'm doing this, so everybody can learn. Learn as I learn, and and don't do my mistakes. If I make one, I'll show you or I'll tell you, and I'll tell you how to do it. If I cut my finger doing something stupid, well, you know that you don't need to do that because you'll get your finger cut. So anyway, anything I can do to help anybody out is great. But like I said, this is mule deer antler handle, and that I personally, along with an 84 Chevrolet Suburban. Harvested. Yeah, there wasn't much left of it but the horns. It was a big deer, but the Suburban won, tore it all to pieces. So anyway, I'm going to add this to the video. It's probably going to be a long video. I'm not good at editing or anything else or stringing things together, but I'm going to do my best, and I'm a lot better at building knives than I am at making videos. So I've got big plans for other knives and everything else like that. So you know, if you want a knife, you can contact me via my email or on Facebook. It's Bobby Shields on Facebook and everything else like that. I'm not real savvy with a computer, so anyway, I will do my best to get back in touch with you. If you contact me, I will answer your comments as I see them, and I'm on there nearly every day, but I don't make a video every day because some days I don't feel like making videos. I don't feel like doing knives anyway. So, but that's this one turned out really good. It really surprised me on how good it did work. Other than the shortcomings, I just made the tip too hard and made the end too pointed for a fat boy. Now, I mean, a little skinny feller or a lady, hey, this right here be perfect knife for your child. 12-year-old, 11-year-old, whatever the regulations say that is, that they can go hunting with you and everything, get their hunter safety card and get out and enjoy the outdoors and do something with them. Please do something with them. I didn't do enough with mine, and I regret it. And anyway, but I believe that's the reason God made grandchildren. So anyway, get back to this knife, because it is used and everything. I'll let this one go for a rock bottom price of $50 plus shipping. It in the sheath, and it comes with a ferro rod. It's a right-handed sheath, clip on, and everything. So I made the Kydex sheath. It comes with a ferro rod. You have to clean them now. You have to sand them and get this black stuff off of them, or they don't work right. I mean, they will work, but it takes a lot of scraping. But if you sand it off, then it's fine. I didn't do that ahead of time, but it fits. It's the same mule deer antler tip. It's holding it. It's curved. Well, it fits real good and everything. The eyelets, I'm gonna have to get me a better eyelet setter because it don't work. The one I got don't work at all. So anyway, but like I said, if you want this on $50 plus shipping, I'll ship it anywhere it's legal, and you pay the actual cost of the shipping. I don't try to make anything off of shipping. I don't believe in that. But I mean, there's a lot. There's probably 30 hours in this knife total, it in the sheath. Hey, a blacksmith charges $50 an hour. Knife makers, most of them, charge $50 an hour. And if I've got, 30 hours in it, that's $150 plus the sheath, plus sourcing materials. That's just in labor. Be another $75 in materials to make this. That's right down from the charcoal to the copper tube, brass pins, antlers, and the epoxy to hold them on, and the Chicago bolts and the eyelets and Kydex. It gets expensive, folks. I mean, it does. It really does. And I do this because I love to do it. But, you still got to pay bills. So anyway, this knife should go for around $150 to $200. Or, yeah, as a custom knife. Everything that's like it with the sheath. But since I used it, and it did prove itself, and it works real good. It fits real good in your hand like that, and everything. I'll let it go for $50. and it in the sheath and the ferro rod, plus shipping, whatever that is. You can contact me. I'll give you some information. You can shoot me a money order, and when I get it, I'll send it. All right. Thank you. God bless.